Right.
Our
A lot today. Not a lot, but a lot of like stuff.
Some updates,
follow ups, and stuff,
and some good topics.
And
really...
Trump with his NFTs. Everybody been talking about that.
That's a joke.
Now I'm a crypto person, so I like it.
NFT. You have to explain to some people what that even is.
Right.
Intellectual property. Or something, right?
Yeah. So they'll probably,
Don't Brady used to have? What does Brady have?
No,
that's something else. That's a coin.
Just don't worry about it. It's something different. It's something different.
Because I like to understand too. That's totally something different than NFTs?
Yeah, that's different. That's different. But then if we talk about that, then I have to explain to everybody. I'll go through the whole thing.
What an NFT is?
Yeah, I'm not trying to do all that.
But people need to know what an NFT is.
Yeah, for that, and they'll probably explain it in the article.
If they don't know what an NFT is, we don't know as far as Trump's reasoning for, Wait
a minute, hold on. Why we not live? Let's see. This is on. Hold on, y'all. We gotta make sure we live. Hold on. All right, we are live. Excuse me. I don't want to have a whole show. And then we sitting up here,
we've done that before,
or gotten almost through like
we were on the road and we did a show in the car, and realized none of it recorded.
Oh, I can't stand that. So or you not live?
It's we wasn't live. Well, it didn't record.
And then when the argument's over, and then you leave, and then you think of all the stuff you could have said.
Yep,
that's what it was like doing that. But,
yes.
All right. So let's start off with Donald Trump NFT.
That's our
collection.
Politics topic, which The View talked about, but I didn't watch The View today.
Oh no, yeah, they talked about this.
Yeah,
Linda with the Y says, "Hey, lady,
hey, Joy gonna have to talk." I wish I had seen Joy's comments about
the NFTs.
Him.
Well, let's start off before we even talk about it. He's not that thin. So make myself a little thinner. Photoshop.
No, I'll be realistic.
No, you wouldn't.
People will dog me out if I wasn't. I would be a thick, fluffy, whatever it is.
You sure?
Yes, I would do myself for real. Yeah, you can't fool the public. You'll probably get more laughs if you try to.
What, fool the public?
Yeah, because they say, Lenore. Even my family will go, Lenore, you ain't that skinny. Lenore, come on.
Nobody gonna tell him that. But Donald Trump's NFT collection sells out.
He knew it would. That's why he thought it would be a good idea.
I just want to say for the record, he was one of the people that dogged out NFTs. So it's funny how now he's an NFT. And it's funny how he's an NFT when the crypto market is getting hit. So he can say, I brought back the crypto market.
All that brownie points.
Do your thing, man. As long as I'm making money. Actually, I should have checked to see if any of my stuff went up today because of his.
So this is like money. Trading money.
Well, NFTs are like, okay, how do you explain NFTs to people who don't know what?
A real quick overview of what it is.
How do you explain an NFT to somebody who don't know what NFT is? If you have that art it's not worth really anything. Only what people say is worth, right? Mm-hmm. So if it's a
it gives value to it with the amount of people that want it.
Yeah. But so an NFT is the same thing, but it's electronic.
Like his is probably a lot of value now.
It's his picture, but it's electronic. Okay. Former U.S. President Donald Trump's non-fungible token, NFT, digital trading card collection sold out early Friday, the day after its initial release. So think of real trading cards. These are digital trading cards.
Okay.
According to the data from OpenSea, dang, I should have got OpenSea. I got the ape one. But I should have got some OpenSea, but I don't even know. Was there a coin? Ethereum. I keep telling y'all to keep Ethereum. Mm-hmm. If you have crypto. Some of y'all was trading, getting nervous and everything because the prices dropping and all of that. You should always hold on to 900 Ethereum or about 1.8 million. Its floor price is about 19 Ethereum or about $230. So you could have bought there for $99. Oh. So if you would have bought it early, right, whatever, you could have flipped that and made the, what is the NFT? Wendy says, hello, beautiful stars.
Hey, ladies.
He is tired of politics. This is his new scheme. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then Wendy says, we're frozen. Let me look on. I see us still on Facebook. We still on Facebook, y'all. I don't see us frozen there. So double check, Wendy. Make sure it's not. It does freeze up though. So
yeah, that's true.
You know, and
it's believable. I mean, we would believe that.
I know. So, but other than that,
you said what an NFT was. Remember?
Yeah,
Detroit, it's like trading cards.
Detroit was asking what's an NFT. It's
version.
Electronic. One of ones, the rare. Now that's good to know. Every time somebody's doing NFTs, you want to know how many.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if you go buy a painting. And he did, and the artist is famous, and he did a bunch of prints.
Mm-hmm.
Your print isn't worth as much because there's other prints out there.
Okay,
right. But if it's a one and only,
many of them, yeah,
right. Okay. So you want to know how many prints,
right? How
many prints did that artist do of that particular painting? Because that brings up the value if it's not as many.
Are they saying how many he did?
Well, they said it was 45,000 units. Roughly 1,000
of each
are selling for as much as 6 Ethereum at the time of this.
He needs to make money, right? Don't he make money on this?
Oh yeah.
So remember, y'all, he need money because he makes money. That's why.
But he could have made money the first time around, and he dogged it out.
But think about it. You're gonna go down the road that you've dogged out because you're desperate now. He needs to make money, so he is gonna go with the very things that he probably dogged out. Because they say, "Hey, Mr. President, you can make money on this." Really? You think it's your likeness? People still love you. Go for it.
He is
and that's what he's doing. I believe it.
Somebody says, "I wonder if you can purchase them using Bitcoins." There is a certain symmetry of using one's assets with no whatever value to purchase another asset with even less value.
Mm-hmm.
From what I've heard, crypto and credit cards are the only way they can be bought. It's looking like yet another pump and dump scheme. I would be surprised if the SEC doesn't get involved in the near future. The only time they're going to get involved for you scary cats for crypto is if he was doing a pump and dump scheme, doing what that other guy did, the one that took everybody's money from FTX.
Okay.
And just went and just sold. And then he's gonna, the people that are gonna hold their NFTs, and whether it'll be worth something, we don't know.
They don't care. It's just his likeness on it.
Yeah.
Okay. And he has 3. Well, he has a number.
He has a Superman one, y'all, that you showed on the cover. He has this one. What was the other one you had?
Oh, was it a cowboy outfit?
A cowboy. He was a cowboy. So just funny. And he's not that young looking.
No, they really photoshopped him well. He don't even have a waistline. Come on.
You know what? It's our fault though. He could always forever put 45. He was actually the president of the United States.
He was our commander-in-chief, you guys.
The Apprentice, your fired guy.
He did 4 years.
Was the president of the United States. And he can put 45 on anything.
And he's still, as presidents, former presidents, they still got security covering them, right?
Still has security.
They still get an income?
I don't know. Do former presidents still get an income?
They still get paid?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
They still get something.
Let me see.
You don't think?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. I know they get definitely like Clinton and them of endorsements for sure when they.
They get endorsements when they
speak and stuff. Don't they still get paid? I thought
presidents. Each former president shall be entitled for the remainder of his life. To receive from the United States. A monetary allowance at a rate per annum.
Now, remember when he was
payable monthly by the Secretary of Treasury.
Remember when he was president, he kind of forego his salary or something?
Yeah, so should he forego this?
I don't know. He need money now, y'all. So we still paying this man.
We're still paying him.
Now, if he goes to jail, if he's convicted, no, right?
Nobody has ever been. We don't know.
Well, Nixon, he was impeached.
He was impeached. Nobody went to jail.
Wow.
An annual pension equal to the pay of cabinet secretary is $221,000 in 2021.
Number Obama, Clinton, yeah.
Wow.
Bushes, both the Bush, the dad and the son.
Maybe it does pay to be president. All right. Well, DJ Steven Twitch, boss, he actually left a suicide note.
Whoa.
Hinting at past challenges. Remember, everybody kept saying it's not true. We don't believe it.
Oh, now they found a note.
He literally
the wife knew he struggled.
Yeah.
So she knew. She kind of like put a stamp on it.
So she knew then.
She kind of knew that she wasn't surprised.
Oh, Wendy, you on Facebook. Wendy says he's a circus man. He must have a scheme.
Da, 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 da.
She says no net and 226,000. Yeah, we were close.
His scheme is like
salary.
when he needs to pay for his.
See, I do check all of this, the other streams, y'all.
He needs to pay for all of the. He's being sued. He got a lot of money he owed. Yeah. So he's finding ways to make money.
But going back to DJ Twitch,
so he left a note.
No, but here's the thing with him.
Finding the note.
Well, here's the thing with him. They probably found it. Just releasing it.
Okay.
Here's the thing with him. He had did a message with his mom the day before. What's going on with my hair?
It was just hanging from the chair.
Oh, he did a thing with. He was talking to his mom, just nice, sweet, loving. And then he did the TikTok thing with his wife the day before. I mean,
I wonder
no sign.
How does a mom feel when you talk to your son?
She speaks out.
Okay, you spoke to your son the day before he takes his life.
I know, and didn't have any inkling that he was going to do it. And they just started a clothing line or something. If you guys look it up, and he had just talked about looking forward to it. We're
trying to figure out what happened.
But people keep saying, look for the signs. What if you don't see signs from the person?
His wife and his mom and his close people, they're the only ones that can even hint of something. But if she knew anything that he was in depression or being depressed or anything.
But that's just normal. You don't think somebody's going to do that.
We don't know.
Well, Stephen Twitch boss left a suicide note that vaguely alluded to old challenges he faced before his death in California motel this week, according to a report. Law enforcement sources told TMZ that the beloved Ellen DeGeneres show DJ left the note in his Los Angeles motel room, where he set his phone to airplane mode to make sure concerned family and friends could not find him.
It's almost like he plotted this out.
And he did. And he didn't want to do it at home probably because he got kids and his wife. So he went to a hotel. It made an ambiguous, nod to past challenges, according to the outlet, which said it was unclear exactly what he was referring to. It's funny how the words I have problems with, you don't know how to say them either.
Ambiguous?
Yeah. That's what what did I say? Ambiguous?
I don't know.
The 40-year-old father of three seemingly, what is wrong with me? Seemingly? I sound like Herschel Walker. I can't stand it.
You don't sound that bad.
Is that God's curse? You know how you tease somebody and God's
seemingly.
Here's the thing, no. I have to talk to God.
Seemingly.
I got to have a conversation with God and remind God I'm a comedian. I'm supposed to make fun of people. So he can't curse me.
Fun of yourself.
He can't curse me with the things I'm making fun about.
No, because you'll make fun of that.
Okay. Go ahead. The 40-year-old father of three seemingly took an Uber from his home early Monday to the Oak Tree Inn Motel, which was less than a mile from his $4 million Encino home, TMZ noted. Just a note, as an Uber driver, we do food, right?
Yes.
If we did do driving, I would have right there knew something was going on. I would have thought he was having an affair.
Me too.
Who takes a Uber from their home 1 mile and then gets dropped off at the hotel?
At a motel.
So as the Uber driver, I would have been like, this is shady right here.
Thank you.
But I would have never thought this.
Wow. I would have thought an affair.
An affair.
And maybe still try to find out if it wasn't an affair, like peep in or something.
Now, this would have been a time for a nosy person trying to get clout to say, I picked up DJ Twitch at his house.
Did they know he was DJ Twitch?
Oh, unless his name was on the Uber.
Stephen, I don't know his real name.
Oh, okay.
I don't know him like that.
Let's say that if they did, I would say this would be the time we would say do clout. To call and tell his wife, y'all just dropped your husband off at a hotel. You know what I'm saying?
I hate to dip into your business.
This is the time we want y'all to be nosy.
I dropped your husband off at a hotel just now.
Thanks. Around the block.
Around the block. So
unable to reach him, his wife Allison Hoker, a pro dancer who met Boss on So You Think You Can Dance, frantically raced to an LAPD precinct to raise the alarm over his unusual behavior. A motel worker found his body Tuesday. Isn't that sad?
It is. He planned this out. What does mom say? You were saying
the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner confirmed the cause of death as suicide.
That's a cheesy motel to even go to.
1 mile away.
Oh, wow.
Boss and Hoker had recently celebrated their 9th wedding anniversary, a few days before that.
He was on the phone with his mom the day before.
Look at that. What did I say? Let me see.
Steven?
I'm going right to where she said
The mom.
if you no, they didn't read the note. They shouldn't, I guess. That's private. If you are struggling with suicidal thoughts or experiencing a mental health crisis and live in the New York City area, dial 1-888-NYC Well. I think all of them have. National. National Prevention Hotline, Suicide Prevention Hotline is 1-800-273-8255.
They keep
or go on suicidalpreventionlifeline.org.
They advertise this as though, and I don't want to blame anybody that says, here's where you go, here's where you call. But a lot of times, when you're advertising, if you feel this way, if you're experiencing it, they don't want people to know. They don't want to call for help. That's one of the problems that we're having with people with that's in that depression. That's
because they feel like they'll bring somebody else.
They don't want you to know because they already have in their mind, I got an answer. This is my out. I'm not going to call this number. I'm not. I don't want nobody to talk to me about it.
Wendy says, "My God, right at Christmas, they said poor investment and losing the Ellen show left him empty." Here's my thing.
A poor investment?
Maybe something was coming out about, maybe he was going to lose money or something. I don't know. We don't know. We speculating.
Jesus.
But here's the thing. Okay, go with what you said. You don't want to call and you don't want to get help.
Not to say not to do
it. How about this? Whatever you're feeling, you got to be able to tell if you don't want to tell somebody, then say to yourself, give yourself a week before you do what you're doing. Like, don't make that decision right there.
We need to talk to people, and I believe people who have tried to, they need to speak up even more.
Like Tamar.
Tamar, I'm praying, Tamar. You need there's a platform.
She did. It wasn't trying. She just didn't do it successfully.
That's what I'm saying. What was in your head and in your heart to make you want to take your life? Now, she's a spiritual person.
See, so you can't say that.
Mom, dad, pastor. She grew up in the church. She knew who Jesus was and the Holy Spirit.
Okay, so maybe we should say this. Wow. Before you get to this point, learn the signs ahead of time.
What are
they? That's all of us.
Oh, my God.
Learn the signs of, let's look up. What are the signs of depression?
But like you're saying, it's a depression in general. How do we know it's going deeper than that, where they're now feeling there's no way out?
Well, here, this is severe. Do you have the signs, warning signs? If you have the warning signs of deep depression,
she would
feeling of helplessness or hopelessness, a bleak outlook. Nothing would ever get better, and there's nothing you can do to improve your situation. So he probably was feeling that. So that's the first sign. Loss of interest in daily activities.
Okay.
Appetite or weight changes. Some of us have experienced some of these, not all of them.
Not all of them.
Sleep changes. Anger or irritability. Loss of energy, self-loathing, and reckless behavior. What's going on? So if you got any of these signs,
that's what I said,
and it continues on past, if you can't pull yourself out of it and you keep feeling this way, then you either need to talk to somebody before it gets to the point to where it's deep depression.
That's where they do this, but they always don't. So it's like, oh my God.
Then there's nothing we can do about it.
There's nothing you really. That's why I would love to hear people like Tamar.
Well, then, like you said, you said. Then if you have,
where got you to that point and what you feel could have stopped you?
You said if you see somebody and they're doing, and you see them going through some of these signs, it's as a friend or as a family member, maybe you should stay on them then, so that you're forcing them to talk about it or forcing them to deal with it.
Never let. It's almost like you can't let them go by themselves.
You can't let people. Well, you can let them go by themselves. You check on them. If somebody
he had his phone turned off.
No, he got to that point. That had to been wasn't no one day thing. That's what I'm saying.
Wow.
She probably thought he was just depressed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you got to get to the point to where it's like,
and the thing
we got to bug people and like, I know you depressed, but you got to pull yourself out of this.
The thing that bothers me too, not bothers me, just makes me wonder. We know somebody who committed suicide, and they were a person of faith.
We know a lot of people who committed suicide.
I don't know a lot of people.
We do.
Do we? You may have to tell me.
We gave an example of the place you worked at, and you was trying to do your do the phone calls, the sale. When we gave that example, of you.
Oh, they did.
One of the ladies, that lady.
We heard their story, but we don't really.
A guy in my class when I was in high school.
But recently, a person we know of, and it was. I lost my train of thought. It was along the. Oh, and Tamar.
Yeah.
These are two people that are people of faith.
Yeah.
Persons succeed. So when you're with somebody who is that deep depressed and is a person of faith, then you really are struggling because you're like, okay, God can't even bring you through. Because if you're a person of faith and you still try to take your life, or you have taken your life.
Yeah, if you trying and you still can't.
That's what bothers me. It's like people who have the answer there. Yeah. And they don't.
And then sometimes it's just there's nothing you can do.
I know.
It's up to the person.
That's true.
So that's a sad story. But if he did leave something,
he didn't say nothing about his mom.
It's on another thing. She just basically said she was saddened. You know, that was
you
deep.
Talk to your son in the next day.
Talk to him and it was upbeat. The conversation.
That's not good.
She didn't even see it coming.
I'm thinking.
Yeah. So
okay.
So it's not like it's something you can do. What do you do if that's your child, and then every time you talk to them, they happy?
I think the world, the wife giving her time, the mom, family members giving them time, they will come out and talk. Yeah.
All right. And then it's just something, you don't want to beat yourself up. I don't want his family beating themselves up thinking, well, we could have changed it.
You do, though. You do.
No, but they shouldn't.
I know. You shouldn't, but you do.
Yeah.
Because it's someone that close to you that you sleep with.
Right.
You have dinner with.
Yeah.
You talk to. You get upset with yourself because you're like, how did I miss the sign?
But even if you did, what if they didn't show you the signs? They hid it or
you
something.
Feel like you missed the signs, though. Because for them to take a life, they took their life and they not breathing anymore on this earth. What did I miss?
No, it's nothing you missed.
Okay.
All right. Court upholds Connecticut's transgender athlete policy. Now, of course, this person won. That's a full And I don't care if y'all don't like it, if you liberal and you on here. I told you I'm not conservative and I'm not liberal. I'm in the middle. But a man running against girls,
a transgender. That's the controversy. I think about Bruce Jenner.
Oh,
had he done this,
he was breaking records as a man
30 years ago, being the Caitlyn Jenner. And wants to participate in the Olympics with the women.
No. Now, I don't understand. I'm not cut and dry.
I know.
If you've been taking hormone pills,
yes,
and you've broken down the muscle mass of your body, and you now have a body of a woman as far as the muscle and the tone, then I don't care. If you, Yvonne Cox or whatever her name is.
Yes.
Yvonne Cox has been transgender so long and probably been taking so many hormonal pills that she has the makeup and the body build of a woman. I don't know. I don't know what her muscle.
Who's going to test that to see?
You have to test that if you're going to be an athlete.
So as an athlete, they need to be tested.
As I feel like if you're a woman and you are
playing a male sport,
and you're running against women and you taking testosterone,
right?
No,
right.
You're doing an unfair advantage.
They already say drugs.
That's what I'm saying.
The system that enhances.
Exactly.
So even as transgenders,
yes,
what's in you that could it be any of those drugs that's making you go to that other sex still be enhancing your muscles?
Yeah. Wendy says, we were talking about DJ Twitch, watched for different patterns of behavior. Yeah.
With that, yeah. You can do all that you can do.
His friend said he lost a lot of money. That's all you can do.
$4 million house.
That's it. But going with this, what we were talking about, you have got to, if it's any drug that makes you, if it gives you an unfair advantage.
Yes.
No. or natural unfair advantage.
So what they
if I put it this way, let's say we wrestling, right? Because weight is an unfair advantage.
Like in boxing,
muscle tone, that's an unfair advantage.
It's unfair, but they gotta write it differently. They can't. That's different when you're in your group weight wise, but to another. You got to look at them differently now. You got to test them differently. Like that dude, I'm sure every race.
You said dude.
I'm sorry, do that. He gonna win. She gonna win every race. If I don't understand.
And here's the thing.
It's like, what's his name from Jamaica?
I know what you're saying.
What if he becomes a transgender? That dude has broken records all over the world.
This is how. Remember, we go back to when I said about people saying refusing to serve somebody because of gender or race or whatever, or whatever. Go back to, instead of laws changing, you just change the way you treat people. If I was every girl, I wouldn't even run. If I was racing against these people, I wouldn't even run.
Who's going to do that though?
No, but I'm saying, how are you going to run? You got to stand together. Who you going to run against? You the only one out there running. Everybody else is like, we're not doing this. Sorry.
And I think what's going to happen is that's probably not going to happen until more of this happens and she, transgender, keeps winning.
Or
because they'll go to the thing and go, oh, that's it. She in it. We not running.
Or if the transgender community uses common sense and says, we don't, as a unit, we don't support that. The person hasn't had enough hormone pills. They may not even be taking anything. And you would say, we even see that that's not even, you know what I'm saying? As a transgender community, we don't support it. We already get enough people backlash on us. We don't need that too. With people going, now y'all want to do sport. You know what I'm saying?
Now you want
so it's like you almost want to be like.
We already had the washroom discussions.
You almost want to be like, as a transgender, as a group, we don't even support it because we don't want people to be like.
We don't know because they're all over the place. What are they saying here?
A federal appeals court on Friday dismissed a challenge to Connecticut's policy of allowing transgender girls to compete in girls' high school sports, rejecting arguments by 4 cisgender runners who said they were unfairly forced to race against a transgender athlete. Yes. And why we keep saying cisgender? This tells you that I'm old. Cisgender means you're not trans. You're just a regular person, just normal. You're not cisgender. No, you're not nothing. You're just born a female. That's cis.
No, I need to see it on here. Where does it say that?
Right here. Cisgender.
Oh, C-I-S.
You're cisgender. Oh. You're cisgender. I'm cisgender.
And that means
we're born female. We're just regular cisgender.
Okay.
But they don't want to say regular because that makes people that are transgender feel like they're not regular. So to say born a regular female is saying something negative about somebody who's transgender. Because that's saying they're not regular.
So this
you
is
see how
it's
going
now.
It's ridiculous.
It's cisgender now.
Yeah.
Because that's how we were born that way.
Right. You don't want to make people feel uncomfortable. So now you're cisgender.
That's the whole politically correct thing, too.
Yeah. A 3-judge panel of the Second U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals in New York City upheld a lower court judge's dismissal of a lawsuit challenging the policy. The panel said that the 4 cisgender athletes, just say female athletes, lacked standing.
No, because that transgender is a female.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. You have to say cis now to be able to deteriorate. Wow. In part because their claims that they were deprived of winning state titles and athletic scholarship opportunities were speculative. How is that speculative? Okay, here's my thing. For those people who are liberal, right? Mm-hmm. And we should do this all the way across.
Yeah.
Then I think y'all should be out there protesting male sports and female sports.
What do you mean?
They should have no male female sports. It should be all sports. No male football, no female football, no male track, no female track, no male swimming and female thing. If you're saying as a judge that being a male is speculative, that you have something over a female physically, then do away with all gender sports.
That's not gonna happen.
I'm saying if you're fighting for this, then you need to fight all the way across the board.
But that's not gonna happen. So what's another way around this?
It can happen.
Because somebody even said have their own
gender lose strength. Yeah, if they taking that hormone. They say female transgenders take female hormones.
But how can you, okay, let's just say for sake of argument,
you have to take,
for sake of argument, they're doing what they need to do to into that new gender.
Mm-hmm.
If this transgender male to female has done all he's doing, surgery, everything, and she's out there racing, every race she wins, every track meet she wins. What does that mean? What does that mean?
What I just said. If you're going to say it's speculative that a transgender, it does not have a male, does female, whatever, male to female, does not have more athletic ability, then you need to say that all the way across the board. That's how I feel. Wow. Then that means a male basketball player doesn't have anything over a female basketball player.
So a female who becomes a male wants to play it in the basketball NBA.
Thank you.
We won't have to worry about the WNBA where people like Britney going to Russia to play. If Britney wants to be a transgender,
or no, just a
male, and she can play along with LeBron James,
or not even transgender. Just she could be in the NBA.
So it's a blended. It's no WNBA.
There's no WNBA. It's NBA. Whoever wins,
I
wins.
think I get at another 50 years.
I'm just saying
that ain't gonna happen.
I'm saying if it does happen, I would be more approving of that.
Oh wow!
Because then you're saying may the best male or female win.
Whether you a cisgender or a transgender,
if I want to go out and
the best person win.
But if I'm a woman and I can throw the ball just as good as Tom Brady, why can't I be in the NFL?
Oh Lord!
If I'm a 300-pound woman, just like Mike Tyson, and I'm a woman,
or I can hit hard like,
Mike Tyson, why can't I be a regular? See,
is that future?
That's the future. But I'm saying I'd much rather go with that.
That's not going to happen, though. That's what I'm saying. You saying right now.
Yeah.
I see where you're going with this, and that's a good argument.
I just don't like that to say, it's speculative that there's an unfair advantage. Obviously it is, dingbats.
But if
it wasn't, we wouldn't have male and female sports.
Right. But then going back to what you said earlier, if the people that are in the sport with them refuses to compete with the transgender,
I wouldn't compete. I would be like, but you got to do it as a unit.
Oh,
you
but
can't
you know
be one person.
On the opposite side of this, okay, I'm playing devil's advocate. I'm seeing the innocence.
Okay.
That could also be the adrenaline that the athlete who likes competition would like.
Okay, so you're a female. Hold on.
Okay,
so you're female and Usain Bolt.
Cisgender. I'm a cisgender.
No, I'm talking about you, a cisgender female, whatever. Whatever.
I'm a cisgender. Born a female.
Okay, and you and Usain Bolt, you said him.
Becomes a woman.
He's transgender
into a female.
I don't care how much of a push you need. Well, you are not going to beat him.
That'll push me too.
So the rest of your life as a young person until you become 50 and can't run anymore in the Olympics, it's trying to catch Usain Bolt.
What's his name? Bolt. He would win. She will win every race.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Just sad.
It's ridiculous.
But that'll push me to go faster, no matter what I can do. Because according to you and Wendy, if he's transgendering, he's not as strong as he used to be.
I agree.
Because he's taking those pills to become a female.
I agree. I feel like it is unfair to a transgender person. Because what do you want me to do? I'm an athlete. I'm a male that's transgendering into a female. I'm taking the pills. It hasn't been years.
To help me get that.
It hasn't been years. So you want me to give up being an athlete? I can't run with the men because I'm weakening myself because I'm taking pills, and I can't run with the females because I'm still stronger than them physically. I'm in between. So what do you want me to do as a transgender athlete?
That's a good question.
Get it. I understand what you're saying. I understand. I understand your dilemma. I get it. But I would feel as just me personally, and I'm not an athlete. I would want to run if I win. I want to know I won because I was the best, not because I had an unfair advantage against somebody.
But who's to say that you had an unfair advantage? That's the problem we're having. Who's to say that? Like, they probably upheld this person transgender. All of the medical changes that he had to do to become a female could have weakened him or made him go not as fast. Or his muscles is not as toned.
I'm looking at this picture. No breasts. I don't think this person, and this is high school, so they probably didn't even go through any kind of medical thing. They underage.
Okay.
See, y'all, I'm sorry.
I know. It's a hard one because they're looking at this now on the Olympics level. The swimmer, the guy who's a transgender, he's a female now?
We talked about that before.
Swimming. Oh my goodness.
Wendy says they should have their own category. That's what Lenora was saying.
They should.
But then somebody would say that's like having a black person category.
Only black people run.
Imagine that, Wendy, when we started integrating into baseball. Oh, it's not fair. Every single time they get that ball, they hit it. Or basketball. Every time, one by one, it'd be one white guy on the team.
We'll discriminate.
And they only got him on there, so it's not an all-black team.
So this person...
So then they'll start saying what black people's had on.
Will always win. Yeah. Mixed with the other females.
It's a tough one. I get it. I'm not totally brainless on it. Okay. I get it. You're in a dilemma if you're transgender because you're caught between two worlds. Yeah. But we got to come up with something. You can't just be smoking high school girls.
I know.
You can't be smoking high school
girls. They're running after... Every time she in the race, she always wins.
And imagine if that's your daughter or somebody who's trying to get a track scholarship or something.
Dwayne Wade's daughters that's transgendering. The son that's transgendering to a daughter.
Yeah.
She wants to be a part of a sport just like her, like her dad. She wants to be in a sport like her dad. And she's a female now playing with the WNBA. And she's just as good as her dad.
You talking about the one? No, you talking about the one that's little?
The one that's transgendering into a girl.
No, she's not playing basketball.
No, I'm saying, what if she?
Oh, yeah,
I'm using her hypothetically as
everybody can play. That's Dwayne Wade, for God's sake.
That's his daughter. That's his son.
She go play for the NBA. Yeah, Zaya. She go play for the WNBA,
and she hot, boy. But then
and she's 6'8".
I guess that's different in a sense because it's a team. You're not racing other people.
Again, like I said, I agree. But you're saying what I said. Okay. Do away with the WNBA and NBA. May the best man or woman win.
Whatever you are. Cisgender or...
Because there's some WNBA players who play, I think,
as good as some male players.
Or better than some of the NBA players.
That's true. That's true.
Let them be the sixth man on the bench. Instead of these guys or some of these quarterbacks who are horrible.
Yeah, that's true.
There's some women that throw the ball better than them.
Yeah.
Why can't she play for the NFL?
I don't know if we're ready for that yet, but that may be a futuristic move on our sports.
Wendy says LGBT is something else. They're trying to push women out the door. I agree. Now I got to be a cisgender. Why can't I just be a female?
And there's not.
Why can't you be a female and I be a female? Why can't we both be a female?
And then where do you draw the line with the transgender? Is it transgenders who have the sex change?
Exactly. Or like T.S. Madison. T.S. Madison hasn't had a sex change.
If you don't have a sex change, then you can't run with the women.
T.S. Madison considers her, but you can still take hormones.
No, but until you take that piece of flesh off.
But that don't make you strong.
I'm not saying you have not done it all 100% though. That can be argued.
No, I don't know.
You know, and I don't know. People can look at that and go, a total person, a
transgender. I'm not even going on body parts. I'm going purely on muscle mass. If you taking pills that's breaking down your muscle mass. No, I'm
saying that they can use that to block transgenders from going to that sport if they haven't totally had his penis still. Technically, no.
All right, whatever. I don't look at it.
I'm getting that detail.
Wendy says this is far from what God wants.
I'm sure.
All right.
God, yeah.
So there we go. That's
Okay.
the latest on that one.
Go ahead.
Mother who pulled her kids from public school over woke curriculum says homeschooling produces amazing results. Now, I'll talk about this because we've always said homeschooling is better, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people can't homeschool.
But
they have those homeschools now where it's kind of like
it's a
one
general
place,
person.
They meet one place, and then it's like maybe 10 or some of them in the class.
They homeschool people in the community or other families that they
right.
They know.
So you still don't have to go to public school. As the nation faces huge proficiency setbacks in public education, a Texas mom touts success of homeschooling. Here's another conservative point. See, if you ever had a question on whether we're conservative or liberal, this answers you. We talk both. We're right in the middle. We're not either one.
We're whatever makes the best decision.
A Texas mom saw significant advancements in her children's reading levels after she switched them to home education over what she considered a woke curriculum being taught in public school. So she talks about how their grades are doing better now and all of this. I wanted to go to what she said is what her consideration of what a woke curriculum is. Texas students pulled from public schools for homeschooling increased 40% in spring of 2021 compared to the previous year. So it's going up.
And then I think the COVID had a lot to do with that too.
People realize that it's better to teach your child at home.
Yeah.
Basically what she was saying, because I don't feel like keep looking through all of this, is they was teaching stuff like what we just said.
Gender, bias, things with race, things with kids with same parents, homosexuality, gay,
and then she said, and then Carter told Fox News her ability to give her kids 101 instruction and move at their own pace helped their academic progress. In public classrooms, there's so many children that they don't really get a whole lot of individual praise, Carter said. I'm able to give that because I'm focused on one child at a time.
And that may work for her.
True.
Because some people don't want to do homeschooling. They can't do it themselves. They don't have the time. And they can't find somebody maybe in the community that can take their child. Yeah. Some people just do a private school.
Everybody don't have money.
Their church may have
a school. And my mom worked 2 jobs, so I can go to a private school.
Right. Yeah.
I didn't go public school in high school.
If you can't do homeschool, then the next best thing is private. You just more money.
More money. And everybody don't have the money. But let's say your kids do go to public school. You have no choice. That goes back to what we was just saying.
What about?
If your daughter running track and she got people that's running with her that's transgender, she ain't gonna never get no scholarship or win. I don't care how fast she is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. They were talking about that with the swimming. A lot of the women were losing their school scholarships because the transgender was getting all of. You got to maintain a certain level of that at being out there as an athlete and winning.
You got to win.
And you may lose your scholarships if you're not winning all the time. And then you have a person that's transgender who comes in and wins all the time
and knocks you down
and you lose your scholarship. It's unfair. It really is.
So, and then you also have them teaching about, your cisgender and your kid come home and go, Mom, guess what? I'm a cisgender. What?
Or my friend Jimmy has 2 moms.
Well, that's fine. I don't care about that.
No, some people don't want their kids to learn all of that.
Well, they shouldn't even be talking about that.
I'm just saying.
Right. If you say it in school.
DeSantis is saying don't say all of that in the school.
Well, he's right. Yeah, what are you teaching about? You should be talking about math, science. What are you talking? When we was in school, I didn't know who your parents. I don't know what was going on in your house.
That was a problem with a lot of people who are in the part of the LGBTQ. What's wrong with you knowing? What's wrong with your teacher having a significant other?
But then I guess they are right, because if you have something that's like we did have like parent teacher conferences and things, and if you see somebody and they have 2
dads,
you do have to explain it. I guess you're right. You have to explain it because the kids are gonna be like, I don't know what's going on if you don't explain it.
Here's the thing. I don't know. Here's my one concern with the parents who are so concerned that their kids are being the woke curriculum. Are you not talking to your kids at home?
Yeah.
Are you not talking to your kids when you guys go to church? If you go to a place of faith and worship?
And that's the thing. The school is trying to take, that's what it is. The school is trying to take over parenting.
Yeah.
So because they assume if you're here, your parent, you must not have parents talking to you at home. We're assuming they're not. So because we assume they're not, then we'll say everything here. Whereas I think back when we was growing up,
I don't know.
They didn't care what your parents.
They wanted.
They trusted that the parents was doing all
talk
of that.
Talk about sex at the right age. Talk about.
I don't know, y'all. About this conversation, I agree.
Yeah,
because it's like I don't. At this point, you do kind of feel hopeless though when you older, and you kind of like I don't know. You don't have any kids. It's like I don't. All you can do is pray for this world, this country.
And if you really,
I don't know what to say.
And here's the thing: my mom, if she worked 2 jobs, like my sister said, if you're really concerned about what your kids are being taught, pay for a Christian school.
But if you don't have no money, you barely trying to make it.
A school that's Judaism, that with their being a Jew, pay for Islamic school. You got to. Otherwise, don't complain about what you're permitting.
But what if you don't have any? What if it's not you're permitting and you just ain't got
That's
no
nothing.
money?
If you don't have no pay, son.
Look, I don't have money to send you to all this. So what did you learn today?
Thank you.
Well, we learned how to use condoms and how to fellatio on a man.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you sit down with your daughter, who's a teenager.
Let's talk real
and
talk.
And you say, okay, you do know that in this house, we believe that you should be married or whatever. Whatever your belief is. And I don't know what they teaching. All of that you saying, you know that who you answer to is God. So we taught you how to pray. You have a relationship with God, hopefully, as a teenager. And hopefully you will talk to God and ask him, what does he feel is best for you? And you growing up or whatever. I know every kid in school seems like they having sex and you feel like you the only one that's not. Or trying to
find their sexuality.
Right. And so you have to, and then there you go. You have to, here's some scriptures, here's some Bible, whatever. Let's pray and let's ask God to give us some direction. And then you pray with your children. And then you pray and you lay hands on your children and you cover your children with the blood of Jesus and then you send them out.
I was watching
that's all I can say.
Like I said, I watch Old School. Bill Cosby was one episode where the kids,
it's so funny. I go from that and you go right to Cosby.
Because I'm talking about kids and their parents.
I know. Huxtable. Not the Bill Cosby.
But that made up family where the dad is a doctor and the mom's a lawyer.
Where he was a good guy.
And the kid, I know, not messing with women, drugging them. What was he telling his kids? Because, I drugged a few women, son. That's a good thing.
Go ahead. Huxtable. We talking about Cliff Huxtable right now.
But you know what? It was 2 TV shows that made me think. One of them was the Huxtables when they said, kids, we want you guys to be able to talk to us and come to us for any situation, anything that's going on in your school, whatever.
Right.
And they were like, okay. And they gave hypothetical situations and stories, and they said, Mom, we don't feel comfortable because parents judge.
Right.
And that's the problem with a lot of parents.
I would judge
kids,
too.
Some kids, their parents don't judge. They feel comfortable saying, Mom, they talked about this today.
Oh, yeah, all right.
How you feel about it? You know how I feel about it.
Not too strenuous, but I'm not your friend.
Exactly. Like Jada and Will.
Yeah,
Will Smith.
I'm not your friend. I'm your mom.
But you should be having these talks when your kid is 2, 3, 4 years old.
All right.
That's not wait to high school. You should be imparting into your kids what you want them to learn as far as faith, sex, anything. And then you won't be concerned when they go there. You think they're going to be so greatly influenced by kids? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Your kid's a follower and not a leader?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel bad for
So again, like I said, I don't know. Other than praying and knowing, you got to be really knowing what's going on with your kids. Other than that, I don't know what else to tell you.
What's on their phones, everything.
No Gunna will not be testifying against YSL.
You say the name now, Gunna is what he gonna say?
The guys on the street is saying Gunna Tell.
Gunna Tell. That's his name now.
I told you they was gonna do Gunna like
tell.
that.
You gonna tell.
I knew they was gonna talking about Gunna, calling him a snitch.
Like snitching.
Source with knowledge of the case. All right, this is Rolling Stone magazine.
Okay.
Source with knowledge of the case explains that the rapper's Alford plea statement can't be used against any other YSL defendant. without his testimony. A source, hold on. Oh, I knew they was going to do that. I don't want to log in. A source with knowledge of the case tells Rolling Stones that rapper Gunna, born Sergio Kitchens, will not be called to testify against any defendants in the indictment against the Atlanta-based YSL. That was the whole thing, because it said in there that he may be called to testify, but he can't testify against YSL. Okay. So as far as him,
that's a gang, right?
Well, they keep saying they're a gang, but they say they're not.
Oh, geez.
They say they're an organization.
They just come together and talk
and record label and stuff like that.
Okay.
So that hopefully that will put a nail in the coffin of anybody who thinks that Gunna is gonna tell. Here's the thing with this generation, nobody cares, because half the people that's talking about him snitching, they snitch. Why are you out? Who did you turn on to get out? So I feel like if you out and you walking around, you snitch. You
out earlier. You got a deal. Anytime you get a plea, you plead something, you get a deal. What you say?
All right.
Okay.
And then last, but this Tory Kelsey thing. Kelsey saw him shoot at Meg. Says on tape, played in court. Megan Thee Stallion's ex-friend Kelsey Harris says she absolutely saw Tory Lanez firing a gun at Meg. That's what she told police back in September. And today, the jury heard that whole exchange. So she can go on yesterday, humana, like Megan. Well, did you tell us that you saw Tory shoot? I don't remember. I
forgot.
Well, let's let the jury listen to what you said.
This is what you said.
As you know, Kelsey has been hesitant, to say the least, to give up many details while testifying this week. But on Friday, today, prosecutors played audio of the entire interview she did with cops earlier this year, when she spilled every detail from that July 2020 night. Kelsey says, now this is good, because this is the first time we're hearing what actually happened. And I actually believe her back in September. The one now, it got paid off.
Yeah.
Kelsey says while they were in the SUV after the party at Kylie Jenner's house, she and Tory first got into an argument when he made fun of Megan. When Kelsey came to her friend's defense, she claims Tory said, "My ninja," you know the other word, "I'm gonna shoot you." Kelsey says Tory reached toward the center console, but didn't do anything more than that. However, the vehicle was pulled over at that point.
Are they dressed?
She got on a bathing suit. Then she says Meg and Tory started insulting each other's careers, which is what Meg said. You can't rap. And things got so heated, both Meg and Kelsey got out of the SUV. Almost immediately, Kelsey says she started hearing gunshots. And after the second and third shot, she turned around and says she saw Tory in the front seat, which is opposite of what Meg said, firing the gun forward over the open right door in Meg's direction. Kelsey was outside the vehicle but behind Tory and could only see Meg from the chest up. She ran toward Megan in defense mode and saw her bleeding, and Tory was still sitting in the front seat, apparently in shock. She claims Tory walked toward them, and that's when Kelsey and Tory started fighting. She describes it as Tory assaulting her. Now, maybe that's what the man saw. He said he thought he saw two women. Maybe he saw short little Tory. Couldn't imagine that was a man that was 5'1". Thought it was two women.
Two women.
She describes it as Tory assaulting her.
Tory has locks, right? Braids
No.
Oh,
and as she did not see a gun at that point. Once they all got back in the SUV, Kelsey says she texted Megan security 911. Tory shot Meg.
Ooh,
I believe this.
That's her story.
And now I think that what the neighbors saw was Tory fighting Kelsey and thought it was two women. Because he's so little.
Women, if he doesn't have any kind of look.
Because he's little.
Oh, well,
maybe they thought, maybe he's so little. They thought. Once the police arrived, Kelsey claims Tory told them not to say anything to the officers because he was about to sign a big deal and he offered both women $1 million each. That's all that's been played on Kelsey's interview so far.
Is that why they forgetting stuff and not remembering
But
things?
There's more to come after the humna.
Dude is paying them so. Don't say none, y'all.
Obviously, the audio reveals just about everything Kelsey skirted talking about on the stand with a lot of I don't recalls. But her memory sounded pretty solid a few months ago.
Thank you. She don't remember now, but $1 million kind of made her forget.
So Tori's going to walk, I believe. If not, he's going to get a lesser charge because this thing is all over the place. Wendy says, I hate the word snitch. If I see somebody hurting a friend's mother in the street, I'm gonna snitch. And that's not even snitching, Wendy.
You a civilian.
Snitching is if you in the game. If you
involved in it.
If you part in the streets and steal stuff or just steal stuff. Whatever.
No, I'm even taking it. I'm pulling you a little bit.
And you the driver, and the police pull you in, and you say Ronnie and Bobby, Ricky and Mike went in there. You a snitcher because you didn't have no problem driving that car that night when we was all doing it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a snitch to me. Now, if I'm Agnes and I'm looking across the street.
Or you the mother.
And I see Robbie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike running out of Mildred's house.
Or you overheard somebody talking on the phone what they was getting ready to do and stuff.
Yes.
Officer, I heard them
That's
talking.
Not
they
snitching.
Getting ready to be at the such and such.
And Wendy says, suppose they're in again, but I'm not. I'm still telling.
Yeah.
That's a snitch then, Wendy.
Yeah, you a snitch if you in it. And hopefully you don't get hurt because of that.
Right. But here's the thing. If you involved and you tell on everybody.
Involved. We wouldn't be involved.
No, but let's say she is. You're involved and they pull you in and you say, you know what? I'm not going to jail for 30 years with these Negroes. I'm getting out of this. Dang. I'm a snitch. That's what Wendy's saying. I'm out of this.
But
here's the thing. No, because here's the thing. What I just said with Gunna.
Okay.
Half the guys that's on the streets calling him a snitch. Why you on the street? You're a snitch.
They'll know you a snitch by you being on the street.
But the ones that's on the street talking are snitches. But the ones that's in jail aren't.
But the ones that's on the street, they may not have been a part of that little thing.
No, I'm talking about the ones that are. Half the ones that's doing all the.
Saying they're snitches
they
too.
Snitches too.
Oh, okay.
They doing all that talking.
I'm just saying I don't want to be a part of something and got to tell on somebody else to get out. But I've been known to do that.
Wendy says a gang. Yeah,
I've been known to do that. He did it.
Well, you're not part of the thing.
No, if I was,
yeah,
he did it.
Yeah, but I don't like. I would now.
His idea.
I would be different from you, Wendy. If I'm in the game, I'm in it.
You in it too.
I'm in it.
Be free.
I'm not gonna snitch.
Okay.
I'm not gonna.
You're
snitch.
loyal.
Yeah. If I'm part of it, if I partook of it, I'm not saying nothing because. I feel like I knew what I was doing when I went in.
That's true.
I'm part of the street.
That's true.
I knew what I did when I went in, and I would be mad if somebody did. If we four went in, and then they pick all four of us up, and we all say we don't know nothing.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna go to jail for 10 years with them. We all gonna go to jail for 10 years.
So you in it.
But I'll be darned if I'm going to jail for 10 years and you go home because you told on the three of us.
You get me. You gonna come get me?
I'm gonna be thinking of what all 10 years in jail is.
But what's his name was a snitch?
Who?
The character one that Denzel played.
Oh yeah, he was a snitch.
He told on the police officers.
Yeah. That's what Wendy said. She was
family members.
That's what Wendy said. She'd be Denzel Washington in that movie.
Character. That's how you would be Wendy.
Well, here's the thing. He was like that too because the other people not loyal. That's what 6ix9ine was. See, 6ix9ine was loyal, and he didn't say nothing.
Not the 6ix9ine that would go.
Yeah, the rapper.
Oh, okay.
That snitch.
Because her husband was.
No, 6ix9ine that snitch.
Okay.
But then when he got in jail, they was telling him, Shawty sleeping with your girlfriend, your baby mama. They was trying to kill you. You know they was the ones that broke in your house and tried to. When he started hearing all of that, he was like, oh, heck no, I'm not going down with these guys.
Oh.
So I agree.
He started seeing the disloyalty and the craziness.
I agree. If it's some other stuff shadiness going on, I'm not loyal to y'all.
Okay.
I agree. But we're not from the streets, so we don't know nothing.
I pray I never get in that situation.
Let's see. Wendy says, but if a gang member sees me looking out the window, I'm still telling civilian or not. The guy with the rainbow hair.
You know what, Wendy?
I agree.
Okay.
We're Agnes's though.
I would relocate. When I would move with the money what they give me for
you got to man. You got to get out of there.
I got to move.
You can't live in the hood. They beat in Old Town here in Chicago. Mm-hmm. One of the rappers got shot. The person videotaped it from their window up in the thing and put it on social media. they beat them to a pulp.
Yeah.
Just for videotaping it and putting it on.
Now, if the neighborhood comes,
the neighborhood
and
has
tells
to come.
on who
Yeah,
and who,
it has to
you
be the
ain't gonna
neighborhood.
burn the whole neighborhood down.
It has to be the neighborhood.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so that was it. The only other thing I had was MacKenzie. We could do that with another time.
Okay.
Jeff Bezos' ex-wife. I guess I can say it now.
Okay.
Jeff Bezos' ex-wife, MacKenzie Scott, after $14 billion in giving, says she'll start allowing nonprofits to apply for her money.
Nice.
So going forward, that's a quick one. Going forward, MacKenzie Scott, because remember she said she want to give all her money away. She's a billionaire.
That's beautiful.
Big time billionaire. Half of Jeff Bezos' money.
Yeah.
She says now as a nonprofit, you can start applying for her money.
That's good.
So you guys in 2023, if y'all got some paperwork, get your work
as a nonprofit organization.
As a nonprofit organization, because MacKenzie Scott says she taking nonprofits.
That's a beautiful thing. That's how I want people who are so well off to do.
And then let me see. Wendy says you, me, Lenora are all A-type personalities. Yep, you're right.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Do you remember?
We've chased some people in our car.
Yeah.
That we've seen do a hit and run.
And then the lady didn't want to testify.
She didn't want to testify in that. We were waiting in the courtroom to be her witness.
And we gonna get killed and she walking away. See, that's why people don't do that. That's why people don't do that.
Yeah.
Because you put your life on and then you don't even see them.
We're trying to help.
Or you help a woman being battered or something. And then she go back to him. Now he didn't hit you in your head trying to get you trying to get her away from you standing up with her, fighting him, beating him up, and then next week she back with him.
Oh,
now I got a big knot in my head,
trying to protect
helping you.
Oh gosh, okay, it's on. It's on.
Wendy says, "Do you remember Miss Cleo, the fortune teller? They're doing the show on her HPL, her life story. Wow, okay, Miss Cleo, call me now. They should because
oh my God, that woman was big.
And I wonder did she make any money? I bet she didn't make no money.
She probably did at the beginning.
I bet she didn't make nothing.
Now. Is that her?
They used that woman. I bet you. That's going to be the story. Watch.
Yeah.
They used her.
That was big back then.
And a lot of people made money off of it.
Phone lines.
Let's see, y'all. Okay. We'll look at her. So let's the show on her HPL, her life story. So let us know when that comes on, Wendy.
Yeah, I like
we'll
to see
look
that.
At that.
Okay.
And real quick, do you remember watching Sister Wives? Maybe not a Mormon, but like a part of something.
It was something like that.
These women divorcing him.
What happened?
The main one, Mary Brown, confirms her 32-year marriage to Cody is over.
Okay.
And then the other one, the one right here, that they just showed, she left already.
Okay, something's going on. Why are they leaving all of a sudden?
And Cody said they can leave. He ain't gonna lose no sleep.
But what is going on? He must have done something. Because they was loyal to this man.
Janelle Brown also confirmed they were separated.
All his women are leaving.
Well, we'll see what happens.
That's
okay. Christian and Cody announced their split. Well, unless Janelle announced that they were separated. Cody and his third wife. Yeah. Cody and his third wife, Janelle Brown, also confirmed they were separated. That's the third one.
Okay.
So the middle one is still there. This is the one. That's the first one. That's the legal one.
Oh, okay.
That's the one that's divorcing him.
First act. Okay.
Yeah, that's the legal one.
Just kind of.
Well, you're not legal.
Blended in.
Yeah, you're not legal.
Okay, his harem.
So that's what's going on with Cody, y'all. Remember this family.
Yeah, I remember the Sister Wives. People had a lot of they had big deal problems at this. How this even goes on. There's nothing you can do, right?
You got all them dang on
There's nothing
kids.
you can do about that if somebody wants to live. They married to one woman and they may have 5 other women in the... You know, I keep laughing at this because think about it, you guys. If you read in the Old Testament, I was reading about Jacob and his 2 wives. He went both sisters, Leah and I think Rachel. And then when he went back to his land, he had his 2 wives and his the servant, the concubine. So he had 4 wives.
Wow.
I'm thinking people are still trying to carry that same energy back in the
to me. I'm like, I don't care.
More than one wife.
If you marry and you feel, if you the person, you a grown person like Karishi, whatever her name is, Young Miami, and you want to be number 6, that's fine with me. Wow. I don't care. I don't like when you mess with little girls.
I know. Let them be grown to make that decision.
You grown
don't
and
do
you
underage people.
Okay, so Wendy gave us the information. She says she was not Jamaican, Miss Cleo, and she was an actress. December 15th, 10:52 a.m. So it came on already. Who was Miss Cleo in HBO Max Call Me Miss Cleo? And what happened to her? Miss Cleo, whose birth name was Yori Harris, was the ambiguous spokeswoman for the Psychic Readers Network. Mm-hmm. 1-900 number. Mm-hmm. Everything else you think you know probably wasn't true, according to the new HBO Max documentary, Call Me Miss Cleo.
Wow, I remember that commercial.
Call me now.
And then they used to talk about Dionne Warwick too.
Okay.
With the whole
Dionne Psychic Network.
Network. That was a big thing back then. Big thing. I mean, it's still going on now, but it was really big back then. Call me now.
Yeah. All right, so that was it. So that was enough stories, even though you didn't see you didn't watch the view. But all they talked about
this knucklehead.
Yeah, they talked
who's
about
still getting paid.
Yeah, that's all they talked about. So. All right, y'all. So that was it. Wendy, you was on Facebook today.
Is it different when you?
She said that was the date of the story. Let me check further for the data to the show. Okay. All right, y'all. Yeah, let us know when the show comes on.
Send us that link. I like to see that if I can.
And maybe we'll do a review of it or something. Mm-hmm. So that's it. Hopefully by Monday we'll
we got updates still. We still wait. These stories we told today,
updates.
They're not over. We still got Kanye out there. We still got Gunna and what's going on with him.
And here's the rules change? As a Christian, you would think that I'm one-sided. I'm not. I do understand as a transgender, you're caught in the middle. I get it. Mm-hmm. I understand it. Because it's like you're not...
You mean as far as participating in
or
sports.
Anything, just life, period. Because it's like you're not here. You don't want me to do that. You don't want me to go to men's watch. You don't want me to go to female's watch. You don't want... You know what I'm saying? So I get it. Mm-hmm. It's almost like people like, we just don't want you to exist.
Because we don't feel that if what you're doing is even right.
If I don't make a place for you, mm-hmm. I'm telling you I don't want you.
Exactly.
That's how they feel. Mm-hmm. And I understand that. Just like if you was gay or anything else. I get it. But you have to understand, too, that in everything, it takes time and people's mindsets have to change. Mm-hmm. And you also have to understand that laws have to change.
Yeah.
Because when things change, it's like a man and a woman marrying each other. Mm-hmm. A black man and a white woman.
There was a time that a black man and a white woman could even marry.
Or you could legally marry, but it was still a colored water fountain. So what does that mean? Lord, I can't
go to his fountain and I go to mine.
I can go in the hotel, but my husband can't come in the hotel. So the law for one thing was ahead of the other thing. Mm-hmm. Just like you were saying, the internet. Mm-hmm. It's moving so fast that the laws haven't caught up.
Drones peeping into your house. There's no laws that really say how far a drone can be.
We were talking about self-delivery pizzas mm-hmm. and cars picking people up and taking them places. Yeah. The laws haven't caught up to the technology and all the other stuff.
But what I was telling you also, to add to that, there are people who feel that if the laws are going to change, they want the law to say still no to that and yes to that and check marks. So people still want to control what the law should say in regards to how people should live and feel and think or whatever. So
Wendy says it doesn't freeze. Visit my Facebook page sometimes. Support my page. All right. Okay. So we'll come on there sometime too.
So you're right. Our laws got.
I think you can add your. Think we can add your page.
Can we?
Maybe we'll try that. I have to look at it. I think you could add pages on Facebook. On YouTube too. All right, y'all. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Mm-hmm. Always believe. Make sure you subscribe to our channel, Woods Relax Sleep Sounds. Mm-hmm. You listened last night, I'm assuming. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Make sure you subscribe. And I
heard it was a different noise. It was not traffic. It was something else.
Oh, you didn't do the fan?
It wasn't fan, but it was another noise that still... And I've been there's a commercial they came on too about brown noise.
What's that?
You ever heard of that?
What's brown noise?
White noise. It was brown
noise.
Oh,
wait a minute. I think I have heard of brown noise.
They was advertising that channel that we have because we doing the same thing. People like noises where they can relax and it could be background noise.
Okay.
But it said brown noise. I didn't know what that was.
Brown noise lowers the higher frequencies even more. It's a bit rougher than pink noise. There's pink noise and resembles the roar of a river current or a strong wind. Common benefits associated with brown noise are relaxation, improved focus, and core sleep improvement. What is considered brown noise? Natural sound. So many people find it easier on the ear than white noise. Examples of brown noise are rushing water, waterfalls, rivers, heavy rainfall,
natural
and
stuff.
Rumbling thunder. Okay,
Natural.
all right.
More so than fake noise.
Okay, which is the fan.
The fan.
Okay, I got it.
Okay.
So that's your brown noise then. So we have brown noise on our channel.
Know we have a mixture. It just, I laughed when I saw that commercial.
But pink noise, I didn't know there was a pink noise.
Pink noise is. What is pink noise? Is that
like we should learn all this stuff if we're gonna be doing
more
this channel.
Like a high pitch laughter kind of thing? Where it's
we should know what pink noise is if we're gonna be 10 hours of pink noise. Oh my goodness.
I listened to the snoring. I was like, no way, Jose. I put the fan on so
it's really abrupt. Probably like the baby sounds.
Or somebody clearing their throat.
People talking on cars going by. Pink noise is like white noise, but less harsh. Oh, less harsh on the ears because the lower tones are amplified.
Somebody clearing their throat, maybe, or
yeah. Wind blowing through a tree. I would think that would be brown noise. Rustling leaves. Ocean waves. I did that one yesterday. So the ocean wave is a pink noise.
Interesting.
I posted ocean waves.
They got color codes for noise.
I posted ocean wave.
Here, it's like a fake sound of rain or water or waves.
Wendy says, let me go back, Wendy. White noise always happening. I'm a real person. Call Me Miss Cleo begins streaming on December 15th on HBO.
Okay.
She says image result for white is pink noise. Image result for for what is pink? Okay. Pink noise is signal or process. Oh, okay, so she did that thing like we saw. And can you do a beach? Oh, that's a good one. I'll put a beach on there. A beach sound. Like you just on the beach.
Waves.
Yeah. Another Woods Report. See y'all later.